Hi again. Second Tech here. And I'm deciding from now on I will separate my wrestling and my entertainment news to separate videos. Of course, I just put up the attack line for today. Now it's time for my separate video. For the first time ever, a separate video dedicated to my Raw preview for the night. Should be a very intriguing Raw heading towards Battleground in 2 weeks. You have to see what happened last week. Should be a very interesting Raw. Let's see what the locker room is going to do. That leads to my preview of my top 5 questions that must be answered this evening on Raw. Starting with question number 5. Will Rey Mysterio return tonight? Now, Rey Mysterio is not advertised to return tonight, but he did return to a WWE live event earlier this weekend. So, are they planning Rey to come back now, finally, after being gone for so long, or are they going to wait till maybe after Battleground? My advice, although I would love to see Rey Mysterio return tonight, make him just wrestle at house shows for a little bit. Make him come back after Battleground because there's so much hype heading into Battleground with the big main event. So we'll see if Rey does return or not, but I'm doubting it. So we'll see about that. Question number 4. We'll go down with the Divas as the fight between the Total Divas and the Real Divas continue. We saw a 6 Diva tag last week. AJ was on the headset with Natalia. Their feud's going to continue on. So, could be some sort of altercation with AJ and Natalia tonight. And, of course, all the other members of the Total Diva cast. Eva Marie, JoJo, should I say. Of course, the Beltrans. So, there should be some sort of altercation tonight. A side note, tonight, Raw's in Chicago. Will CM Punk be there? He probably will. Of course, we didn't see CM Punk last week following losing to Paul Heyman embarrassingly thanks to the interference of Ryback. Now, apparently, Paul Heyman's bitch. You saw the little kiss on the cheek last week, so could be a bromance going on between Heyman and Ryback. Because I think CM Punk had backlash situations, so Punk will be in Chicago, and I bet you first thought of his mind is finally getting his hands on Heyman and going through Ryback to get to him, probably. Another feud with Ryback. Like I said in my review of Raw last week, in my Night of Champions review last week as well, that it's weird to see Heyman align himself with Ryback, because 1 year ago, Heyman was with Punk teaming up with him when he feuded with Ryback the first time. So it'll be very interesting to see Ryback and Heyman as allies instead of enemies. Question number 3. Will new matches be made for Battleground? Now, besides the main event for the WWE Championship, which I'll talk about as question number 1, may get some more matches soon. I will predict that RVD will get a rematch against Alberto Del Rio. Of course, Del Rio got himself intentionally disqualified last week at Night of Champions, grabbing onto the rope, not holding as RVD got to the ropes after trying to break the hold of the cross-arm breaker, but Alberto wouldn't let go after the count of 5, so probably a rematch is imminent. And RVD, we did not see him. Well, I think RVD did wrestle, but I hope he'll probably get a rematch somehow because the ending was silly. And we'll see what else. One of the matches get made, maybe AJ and Italian again. In a one-on-one match for the Divas title, we'll probably see some more seats planted for more matches for Battleground as we're 2 weeks away from it. Question number 2. We'll go down between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton tonight. Now, we all know the WWE title is vacant. After the fast count victory of D-Bry last week, I also predicted the rematch would take place, and it will be taking place at Battleground. Randy Orton against D-Bry. Now, Orton is back to his sick, vicious ways. We saw what he did to Miz last week. Nailing him with the chair to the neck. Probably Miz will be out for a little while. Maybe they went him off to write maybe to write Miz off to make another movie. Who knows? So, Orton's back to his sinister self. He even tried to do the same thing he did to Miz to D-Bry at the end of Raw last week until the locker room rebelled. Which leads to question number 1. Will the locker room rebel again? Now we saw them, Usos, even Zack Ryder, Kofi, among others, coming out to the rescue of Mr. Daniel Bryan last week to avoid a further attack from Randy Orton to smash his neck against the chair like he did the Miz earlier in the evening. So who knows what Triple H is going to do? I bet you there will be some punishment. I said it last week on my preview, on my review last week, and I'll say it again in my Raw preview this week, that indeed Triple H is going to punish anybody who's against him. Primetime players and all them, Dolph Ziggler, so who knows? And maybe Dolph Ziggler will get a U.S. title match. He pinned the U.S. champion last week. So there you go. Maybe that match will be made for Battleground. We'll see what happens on this Raw tonight at 8, 7 Central on USA Network. That is it for my Raw preview for today. I'll see you tonight for my review. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the preview from Zach. Thanks for watching. See ya. Yeah.